6 out of the 16 species of macaws in the world are in serious danger of extinction. In earlier work here in Peru, we had noticed that macaws seemed to suffer from a shortage of nest holes, and so we decided it would be worth trying to put up some bird boxes, nesting boxes, and see what happened. We started out with wooden nest boxes, and then those rotted so quickly that we wanted to switch to something that would be more durable. So we switched to plastic PVC pipes, which last years and years. In fact, they may last longer than the trees in many cases in which we hang them. The importance of the birds using these plastic nests is enormous, because in many areas the forest is intact, but the large nest trees have been cut down by nest robbers. So by hanging up these plastic pipes, we can make it possible for macaws to reproduce again in an intact forest that otherwise is in perfectly good shape. When we studied nesting macaws, we found that the birds normally lay 2 eggs. Occasionally they lay 3. But they don't lay them at exactly the same time, and the second egg hatches after the first, several days later, and the second young normally dies from lack of food or from just being too small to compete with its larger and older sibling. Then we realized there were opportunities for rescuing the second bird and raising it in captivity on site and then releasing it into the forest again. And so we've been taking the second eggs from 2 egg clutches and the third or the second and third eggs out of 3 egg clutches. When we take the eggs out of natural or artificial nests and hatch the eggs in an incubator, raise those young and release them, we're effectively doubling, tripling, or quadrupling the reproductive output of the macaw population right near the research center. The work we're doing at the Tambopata Research Center will help macaws not only across the Peruvian rainforest, but also will help macaws and other large parrots around the world.
We have shifts that are an hour and a half during the day, and then they're 3 hours at night. And depending on the age of the chick, will depend on its feeding schedule. If it's just hatched, they get fed about every half an hour, and then as they get older, that gets increased gradually day by day. And then after that peak, they start to take a decrease in the amount of formula they get fed, and their weight starts to drop off because they're trimming down for flight.
Macaws come down to clay licks to eat clay, which we think helps them digest their toxic diet, which is rainforest seeds. In a sense, the clay lick is like a gigantic stick of Rolaids that the birds can gnaw on every day to help them keep their stomach acids or bitter food under control.
Está bueno, ¿eh? Y en Maldonado, entonces, ¿cuánto te lo compran? 3.500. Look at these flowers of Japan. They're so beautiful. Yeah,
What kind of a fruit is that fruit?
I think it's a melon.
Where's the tree?
It's just over here. Yeah.
Ah. The macaw projects at the Tambopata Research Center are the only projects in the world where you can see hand-raised macaws or large parrots of any description adapting to life in the wild, and yet living in the wild and also coming back and visiting a station and playing and interacting with humans.
Ven acá. PVC, ven. Ven. PVC, ven. Chico, ven.
This project is a clear demonstration that large parrots can coexist with humans very easily if given a chance.
Chico, Chico. Chico, sal de ahí. ¿Qué haces ahí? Caramba. Chico, Chico.
It's tremendously satisfying for me to realize that even if decades from now I'm working in another part of the world, the hand-raised chicos will still be flying wild and free in their protected Tambopata rainforest. birds you've been watching are some of the most spectacular our world has ever known. As a field biologist, I've had the good fortune to live and work with them for over 20 years, and I'm still fascinated by their intelligence and beauty. In fact, most of us are charmed and intrigued by parrots. That's why over 50 million of them now live in our homes as pets and companions. As a conservationist, I want to use their influence over humankind to help preserve the wild places where they truly belong. The Tambopata Research Center in Peru, where this film was shot, is a place that's easy to visit. Just write to the World Parrot Trust address at the end of this message. At the same time, you can ask how you can become a parrot conservationist. I'm one of their trustees, and I'd like to thank you for supporting the World Parrot Trust by acquiring this film. Every cent of your donation will go directly to the Trust's field projects, which are helping preserve many endangered species of parrots around the globe. We all share a responsibility to save these fabulous birds for future generations to enjoy.